This stunning view takes you beyond the numbers and captures the absolute devastation from wildfires ravaging the Los Angeles area. Home after home after home, gone, with little left but the smoke rising from burned-out buildings. The ferocious winds that ignited 5 major fires were lighter on Thursday, but additional rounds of Santa Ana winds are possible from Thursday night into early next week, so the fire danger is not over. More than 2,000 structures have been destroyed, but that number is expected to increase. At least 5 people have died.
The crazy part, ladies and gentlemen, Gavin Newsom, is he behind it? Is he a puppet that's behind it? Because there's some off things about the fire in California. Some pretty off things. One, it was reported Newsom denied water restoration. Isn't that interesting? Newsom denied the Water Restoration Act set before him. There was no water in the fire hydrants. There's no water in the fire hydrants. No warning. There are even videos of fire being shot from the sky alongside unnatural wind in January for the area of California. Here's something even crazier. Fire insurance was canceled. I don't know how long ago. So there's a lot of people whose houses are going down in flame that can't recover their homes. Just take a moment to think about this. There's different people who commented on this whole situation. Native CA here. Anyone who believes this was a natural fire is still living under deception. This was orchestrated and planned. That's somebody from California. It's not normal. Another California person. The day before, our skies were absolutely filled with chemtrails. The wind this strong in January isn't normal. It sure isn't. I was a California native for years. The mayor of LA cut the fire budget by millions of dollars. There's videos of Newsom, and he literally, isn't the mayor in Ghana? $1 million. There's videos of Newsom, and he literally has a underlined smirk. This was an attack from within our state. Any type of preparation and recourse has been made non-existent. Isn't that interesting? Now you got a lot of California looking like a whole apocalypse. Doomsday for real.
Never, ever, ever seen anything like this. I've been living here for 6 years. There's so much smoke that it is blocking the sun. You can actually see it.
It's intense, ladies and gentlemen. You imagine being in that situation with your elders, grandparents, parents, where you got to will them out in the middle of smoke. It's frightening. Definitely frightening. When it gets so bad that you have to jump out of your car, to run, to walk. That's crazy. Yeah, I've never seen nothing like this. I've never seen nothing like this in any state. I've seen mountains catch on fire. Even living in California, I've seen mountains catch on fire. I've seen smoke in the sky. But a city where there's really not much trees, a city where the fire is hopping house to house. Didn't something like this just happen? Something similar to this? You got some people even saying they seen missiles come out of the sky, fire come out of the sky. Very interesting story, you guys. You know, I have a lot of family in California. Most of my family is in California. You guys probably have family in California as well. If you guys have further information, put it in the comments. I'd definitely like to dig deeper into this story on what's really going on. Amen. Until then, pray for California. Amen. Pray for the families out there and for the people who lost their homes, cars, and different family and friends. Amen.
Citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today?
Can you back up? I appreciate it.
Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position? Madam Mayor, have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today who are dealing with this disaster? No apology for them?
Mr. President, on California, Mr. President, during the pandemic, you often said that you didn't believe that you should bail out blue states that you believe were being mismanaged. Given your criticism of Governor Gavin Newsom, are you willing to work with him, and do you believe that federal aid should be provided to California for as long as it takes?
Well, it's very sad because I've been trying to get Gavin Newsom to allow water to come. You'd have tremendous water up there. They send it out to the Pacific because they're trying to protect a tiny little fish, which is in other areas, by the way, called a smelt. And for the sake of a smelt, they have no water. They had no water in the fire hydrants today in Los Angeles. It was a terrible thing. And we're going to get that done. It's going to finally be done. I got it done from the federal side, and he didn't want to sign it, but it's not going to happen again like that. There's no reason. Can you imagine? You have farmers that don't have any water in California. They have plenty of water. They don't have a drought. They send it out to the Pacific, and it's crazy. So what's happening in California is a true tragedy. I know those areas very well. I have many friends living in those houses. That is a true tragedy. Nobody ever thought. I mean, virtually Beverly Hills and areas around Beverly Hills are being decimated. The biggest homes, some of the most valuable homes in the world are just destroyed.
Here we go.
The house is absolutely gone.
Ooh. Dude, what? It's all gone. It's all gone. Oh my god, look at it unreal. Look at the wind. 40 to 50 mile gusts over here. Tesla is fully charged up. Sunset Boulevard headed towards Palisades near PCH. This is the Palisades fires, around 200 acres, no containment. That GMC just totally messed up that Prius. Damn. A couple cops heading that way. Not much to report. I don't know if any structures have been threatened yet, but they are on obviously high alert. There's an evacuation order, and as you can tell, the smoke is not looking too good right now. So we're gonna try and see if we get any closer to the action for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. We're actually near the commercial section of Palisades here. A couple of houses are getting torched up here. Embers are pretty bad. Got the news. There's no firefighters or police at all. What is going on here? I don't know. Maybe they're occupied somewhere else, but we are literally, the ash and the smoke is staining the nostrils and the eyes. You can feel the heat. We were literally right here in traffic. I remember we were coming from that side going east, and now it's completely engulfed 2 to 3 hours later. Look at this. The school's gone. And so is this pickup truck.
This used to be my drive down to Malibu Cars and Coffee.
Yeah.
Everything's gone. Oh my
Holy, bro.
And that's completely gone.
There are moments in time where you're left speechless and you just hope that everyone got out safe. But my question is, we're trying to figure out the containment of this fire. I think it's at 0%, man. There's not a single LAFD or LAPD anywhere here. There's private firefighters running around.
Man, like as of now, they need to make way in order for other people to escape. Because if the roads are blocked like this, then nobody's going to get out of LA. And apparently after all the fire, it seems like this is basically how it looks. Just look at this place. There is literally not even a single house that's left. Everything is fully burnt out. Oh my God. This is Los Angeles. One of the most beautiful cities in America. It's just gone. Everything is gone. Damn, some of these houses were millions of dollars, man. Look at this house. That could have been so many millions of dollars. Paradise, California fires and directed energy weapon. Excellent breakdown on how directed energy weapons decimate around 14,000 homes in Paris. Wait, energy weapons?
Were affected by the wildfire. The 360 view. You have literally a entire neighborhood that had their homes brought to dust, everything gone, no sinks, no tubs, no beams, nothing.
Literally nothing. Everything is burnt. Damn, that's crazy.
So when people look at these images should really beg an awful lot of questions.
That's scary. If my home was in there and it cost $1 million, I would be crying hard right now. Because this location, man, it looks like an expensive place to have a home in.
Taken off the internet, it's a suburban neighborhood believed to be near the Carr Fire, that's C-A-R-R, which is near Redding, California. Now, we're talking about fires, irregular, unpredictable, raging forces of nature, okay? Now, when the forest fire comes to a suburban development, we're going to take a look at how this particular forest fire, this force of nature, decided to burn when it got to the suburban development. Now, this forest fire, when it got to this suburban tract, decided that the houses were more important to burn than the trees. And we're going to drift down a little bit.
I know, right? Like the trees are still standing, but then all the houses are burned, except like these two very expensive houses.
Speaking of trees, now, to the left of this group of trees or bushes, you see the shell of a burned out car.
You know what the solution to all of this is? I think people should, in America, they should start building houses with concrete and bricks instead of just making it with wooden structures and all that, you know. I know it kind of, favors the weather and whatnot. When there are fires like these, I think concrete houses, like the ones that are in the UK and rest of the world, I think those houses are like less prone to burn out completely, like as it is right now.
Energy that it takes to blast all of the glass out of the car, to burn all the rubber tires off the car, that's pretty intense energy. So in that spot, there was an amazing amount of energy and heat being expended. The trees and the bushes off to the right of this particular car did not burn. That's strange.
Completely destroyed. Recent numbers tell us that 88 people have died, 631 people are missing, and over 13,000 homes have been completely destroyed by the strange fire in Paradise, California.
Oh my God.
And more than half of this damage occurred within the first 4 hours.
You said that your outbuildings...
Wait, first 4 hours, like 13,000 houses were burned? That doesn't seem very natural to me. You and your house and the houses around it.
And the houses around you all started to burn at once.
How's that possible?
I know that all my stuff started to burn at once, and then my neighbor right across the street, dozens of fires sprang up all around me and below me without, they're far in front of the fire line without any falling burning embers.
Completely ignored by the mainstream media, the anomalous nature of this fire is being reported on by only a few independent journalists.
Is that some sort of like an energy beam that they're using, like which is not visible to our eyes? It kind of just creates a massive amount of heat in like a particular location, and then everything starts burning, because they are saying that they can't really see the fire like catching on. It's just like it's naturally happening. We don't know where the fire is coming from, but then there's like massive amount of fire that's just burning everything in its way. So what if there is some sort of an energy beam or energy weapon that's like all the way up there in the air that's just pointing towards particular locations that's like burning completely, everything just gets burnt out. That could be possible. That could be a very possible
only
stuff.
A foot off the ground. We're all completely warped, bent, and mangled. Every car and truck was completely torched. Every single rubber tire was burned into oblivion, and all that remained was the steel belt system from within. Temperatures were hot enough to melt aluminum. They were hot enough to melt glass. And they were hot enough to decimate every single last thing inside the home.
That is not natural fire. Now I just feel like it's definitely an energy weapon that's being used against us. It could happen to everyone.
At least 3 times hotter than your average house fire. And yet some things were inexplicably untouched by the super intense heat. Pristine carports with torched automobiles beneath them, next to homes completely burned to ash. Plastic trash cans untouched. The firemen observed that plastics attached to metal completely melted, while plastics by themselves seemed to somehow survive what must have been extraordinary heat.
How does the glass, aluminum, and all that stuff just burn? And plastic just, it's just bent. Look at that stuff. It just looks like it's bent. That's it. And their entire house is burned down, but then the plastic is just bent.
They found an isolated, unattached electrical generator that was completely burned out, like the cars, but the surrounding area was untouched. They discovered a smart meter inside of an enclosed box that completely burned out from its own wiring. They suspect that it could have been the start of some of these fires. Other investigators are observing how guardrails have caught fire where the metal bolts connect to the wood.
Oh my God, look at this guardrails. Everything is on fire.
Many are wondering what type of fire ignites metals while sparing plastic and surrounding trees. Microwaves ignite metal.
Laser beam capable of burning hole in a car from 1 mile away, unveiled by Lockheed Martin. Why are we seeing all the drones in the sky? Why aren't they taken down? Why is the government not doing any stuff? Replying to the public saying, this is what it is, or they're just saying that we don't know. New World Order. That's basically how they're going to do it. And they're starting all of this invasion off with America.
And 4 years ago, the U.S. Navy demonstrated a directed energy weapon and destroying a moving target at sea. According to naval research, the weapon system performs flawlessly and is capable of destroying its target with pinpoint accuracy.
Wow, look at that stuff, man. This thing is so far away, and just the beam from all the way out there, they just need to see it energy
Paradise
beam.
fires are riddled with anomalous scars, as if a laser beam scorched swaths of forest while leaving the rest untouched. It is indeed a terribly sordid mystery, and nothing comes but silence.
I think, government is behind it. I just think it. I'm feeling that the guys who are starting to create the one world, the new world order, they're trying to make one government rule. They're the ones who are basically trying to do stuff like this because it's impossible for all of this stuff to happen naturally.
I go, really? He goes, yeah, we just get lucky. He goes, we get lucky with the wind. He goes, but if the wind hits the wrong way, it's just going to burn straight through LA, and there's not going to be a thing we can do about it. Because these fires are so big, dude. When they're talking about like thousands of acres that are burning simultaneously with like 40-mile-an-hour winds. And the wind's just blowing embers through the air, and those embers are landing on roofs, and those houses are going up, and they're landing on bushes, and those bushes are going up, and everything's dry. And once it happens in a way where it's so spread out that there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do.
You just have to evacuate, right?
Nothing they can do.
I mean, that's crazy. If we have like crazy wind, it seems like the fire cannot be extinguished. And if it's happening in such a massive, large scale, how are they even going to stop this stuff? And now I've just heard that there is the Hollywood Mountain that is currently on fire. Just look at this stuff, man. There's the McDonald's over here. Look at the amount of wind. Jesus. Oh my God, that just got a lot more worse. Shit. All this sparklings that's like flying across, I think that's the one that just goes and catches on fire in all the different places. This is insane. I don't think any firefighter can fight this. And this is what the aerial view from space of Los Angeles looks like. Breaking news, new brush fire just popped out of nowhere near the Hollywood sign. Why are these fires just popping out of nowhere? No explanation at all. And look at that. I think this place is gonna like start burning. It's just gonna burn through the entire mountain, all the way to Hollywood, all the way up here. And we're gonna lose like the Hollywood sign. Just look at that stuff.